Okay, we just sat down, haven't done too much, and we just had one fella just before I got to recording here. This one broke here, and don't know any of these people. I have numbers on this. Don't recognize the name, but I do have numbers. So we'll see how it goes here. Yeah, he's 10 on the big blind. Probably I'll raise it if it's just limp to me. Well, no, I'll call the raise. It's $4, and if lightning strikes, why? Lightning didn't strike. And he's probably got overcards. I'm not going to get too carried away here. So we'll just fold that and wait for another hand. All right, 10 king on the button here. I'll definitely raise this. Don't know how much of a raise I'll call, but nobody gets to limp here. Have two players in the pot. Definitely don't want to go up against two of them unless I hit it hard. I'm going to just go ahead and see what we can do here. Oh boy, well, that wasn't what we wanted. Now this guy just made a silly play. I'm going to call him. 8, 9, 10, jack. Okay, let him go ahead and bet it out. I'll call it. And I'll check behind if he checks. Looking for a better card. Go ahead and call that. 7, 8, 9, 10, jack. I've got a pretty good thing here. I think he's willing to go broke again. And we'll just go ahead and put him to the test here fairly early. He doesn't have very much money left. I'm going to, well, hell, I can just raise it to 100. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Messed that up. I needed to insta-call. Now, if he's got the straight on the other end, I'm kind of hurting here. But I'm not hurting too much given what's already in the pot and what's left. So, oh boy. Well, he's got $21 left. Toss it in, dude. I'll call you. Oh boy, he couldn't let go of the king. My. Alrighty, well, that's a healthy start to our game. To our day. Now, I think that's twice he's done it kind of silly. This guy who won a bunch just before that is giving him the grief in the chat there. Wish he wouldn't, unless he comes back, buys in, comes back, and it's still tilting. Well, he may. I don't know what they're doing. he's giving him the grief. That's not a good idea. Wish he wouldn't do it. I want the guy to stay here. Anyhow, we'll see how it works out. Okay, we limped this. We limped it, and look what we got. We were in the big blind. I'm sorry, we didn't limp. I completed. I'm going to go ahead and there's a possible straight and a flush, so I'm going to bet way over bet the pot. Oh, I don't want to do that. Opening myself up to well, I don't care. If somebody gets frisky right this minute. We need a total blank. Oh, that was not what we needed. What a stupid, god-awful card to come. I can't do a thing now. I am dead. Oh, man. There's no way he didn't hit either one of the something there. Bye. God, what a lousy flop. Oh, what a lousy turn, I mean. God. No, oh, man. That makes me mad when I put in a big raise. See, I should have put in my 20. Now I'm tilting. Well, not really, but, well, give me a 9 here. We'll be back in business. That wasn't a very big raise. If somebody else calls, I'll call because of 9. There's a raise there, so we'll get out of here. Wouldn't get much if I hit it. It's going to be real. There's the 9. Dadgummit. Anyhow, there's no guarantees that would have come if I'd stayed in. We'll just play another one. hang in there, and I'll hang with this. We'll see what comes of it. Well, that looks like we're gonna. Oh well, there you go. Okay, everybody. Good that I stayed. Well, look at here. It's just one hit after another. Okay, no sir. We don't. We're going to play for a big raise here. It was either limp and then there you go. See, I don't want to limp and then have to fight with somebody after a flop. I go ahead and kick it up there and just end it. Then if I get a flop, I probably go broke. All right, I'm not going to play this, so we'll wait for something better. Okay, I just limped this, and I've got a straight and a flush working. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I have absolutely nothing working. We'll fold it. Okay, I'm in the small blind. I'm going to go ahead and call this. That's not what I wanted. 6-7 suited. I had a chance to get in reasonably cheap with a couple of people in there, a little bit of dead money, but it certainly didn't work out. So we'll see what we get on the button here. We have nothing on the button. Okay, we have ace queen here, and I will raise that to 18. 4.5, the big blind, so if somebody wants to play, they have to like their hand. And a brand new person here. I guess he's thinking it over a little bit. He gives it up. So take that one down without too much ado. I'm not. Take it easy, Isle 5. I'm not going to limp this. We'll wait for a better hand. Alrighty, you've got 7-8 here. I'm gonna go ahead and raise this up. I've got positioned, and should be able to take this. I know I'm pretty much no matter what happens, unless you really get an ugly flop. He's thinking it over because I've done this 4 or 5 times now, and he probably doesn't care for it that much. But it worked, and that's always a good thing. Well, here we are, ace-ace. Okay, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to raise that to a healthy 22 in case somebody's got something they'd really like to draw to, and he does. I'm going to go ahead and min bet about 30. That's not a min bet, that's 2/3 like a continuation bet, and see what he's got. I'm going to try to get tricky here. This I may rue this. He doesn't have too deep a stack, so I'm going to go ahead and take the chance here. That didn't I can't imagine that he. I'm going to go ahead and put him for about 110 and see if he puts his stack in here. Hope he's got ace king. Nope, he didn't. Guess he thought I was just getting too out of hand. I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to make a play himself. So anyhow, we liked the results from that. Although I would like this whole stack better. Yeah, king queen. I'm going to go ahead and raise this up again because one, they've been folding out, and I want them to get tired of that. Because when I get an ace-ace, I want somebody to play. Okay, I got one player, and I got a pretty darn good flop, so again, I'm going to do a continuation bet. He's just seen me do this. He doesn't have a real deep stack either, so... Well, we'll check behind and hope for a pair. No, he's got a problem. Unless he has an ace, then I got a problem. So that was kind of an ugly, I can't do anything with it. I don't have a diamond of any kind. God, it sucks. Damn. That's the second time I've just had terrible luck with flopping the. I'm going to fold that. I've been in too many pots. Terrible luck with the darn flop of the turn. All right, well, that's poker. Well, we have King Queen in the big blind, out of position. But if it comes all the way around, well, okay, we're not even going to bother with this. I'm way out of position, and I'd have to have a monster flop, and so forget it. Ace-9 suited under the gun. I am going to raise that. We have the nut flush if we get it, and maybe we can just take the blinds down. We have a little dead money, and we'd like to get that in our hands. And I have a caller. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do a continuation bet. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to check behind. Okay. This is no good. Now I'm going to be very hard pressed to make a bluff here. So this did not work. Did not work. Didn't have a good kicker. And with that call, he very well had me out kicked, so there's just no point in. He had a lot of things he could have had. Had 8 and a bunch of diamonds. Who knows what he had? Probably had more than I did. So that didn't work. We were really basically on a steal there. Jack-6 in the big blind. Don't know how this is going to work out. That's just, well, not much is going to happen here. That's how it's going to work out. We're going to check it and 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 fold it and not worry about it anymore. Okay, we are limping under the gun with Queen Jack suited. Terrible position, but it could turn into something. It hasn't yet. But you know what? I bet I can take this away with a decent bet, because under the gun, one would expect me to have something. Oh boy. I expect him to have, go ahead and bet this out and see if we can put an end to this nonsense. If he's on a draw, maybe he'll get, oh boy. Guess what the hell did he do? He limped with the King-6? I guess so. King-2, something like that. Something bad's happening here. Pretty good sized pot, but I have to hit my ace. And it can't be a heart or a spade. Forget it. That was badly done. Badly done. Very badly done. Too many compromised cards on that one. The ace was just absolutely not going to help me that much. And if he didn't have the flush, he wasn't going to play. So here I've got middle pair with a terrible kicker. Not gonna fool with it. Maybe if we get it free, we'll. Well, you know what? Yeah, we'll see how it plays out here. The straight's already out. If that had been a 7, we'd have been in business. But it wasn't, so. Well, I got the 7 of spades, so that can't come. And of course, obviously, the Queen of spades can't come. I wonder what this is. He could be on a draw. But I got middle pair. Don't know what to do with it. Now, here's one of those stupid things that you just don't know what to do with. I have no idea what to do with this hand right now. Middle pair, lousy kicker. Here's what you do with it. Don't have much invested. No sense in getting involved. Okay, I guess that was the best play. And I'm not going to get very involved with this hand unless I hit the flop really hard. And I'm not calling any raises. But I will call it $2. If they're silly enough to let me limp it in there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My goodness, what is that? That is a way to go broke. I am going to way overbet the pot and hope like hell we don't have another club fall. Okay, I'm going to get real frisky here and see how bad he wants to play this hand. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and he's going to have to really like his hand to stay with me here. If he pushes, I got a big problem. He could have bottom straight too. Well, I'll just check it and let him call him. Let him bet. I'll call. I'm broke. If he flopped a flush, I'm hurting. If he flopped a flush, I'm hurting. But if he's got to bet if he didn't actually have it. So that I have to call this because he's not going to check it down if he didn't have anything. So let's see what he had. Okay, that worked out the way it needed to work out. 5-4. 4-5. Oh, he had two pair. Oh, my. Oh, goodness. We're going to go ahead and raise this up to about 20. No, I don't 18. Don't need to get too carried away. That is sufficient to steal the blinds and plenty sufficient to keep anybody out that doesn't like their hand. We'll fold that out. That was an interesting hand before there. That certainly was a sick hand. I'm really kind of surprised he went that far with two pair with both a flush and a straight out. That was a little bit surprising, but hey, this is party poker. Alrighty, Queen 8 in the small blinds. We'd definitely raise that up, unless it's hugely raised to us, and then we will call, unless it's a stupidly huge raise. That's not what I want to do. I'm going to push it back pretty hard at him, and let's see how bad he wants to play. It may have been a steal. Nope, it was a call. So I'm going to be just scared to death of that king and hope like hell an ace falls. He probably had ace king anyhow. I'll let him steal it from me. Didn't work the way I intended. So I'll just give it up and give this up too. All right, we have a hand. We have king ace in the big blind, out of position. Lots of callers, and I'm not going to make the mistake I made the other night about being too modest with this thing. Anybody wants to play, they got to go ahead and pony up big time. The other night, I let a couple people in with this hand, and dang, I'm going to go ahead and bet it out here, and this guy knows I'm not afraid of the flush. He's going all in. Don't know if I really need to call this or not. I don't believe for a minute he's got a flush. I do believe in a minute he's got something. He's got to read me for having a big pair. The least I can put him on is a pair of 10, so I'm behind right now. I'm going to fold it. Kind of gave away a lot of money there. Could have done without the, well, gosh darn it, look at here. Well, we'll try this again. I don't know, maybe I'll try to play this. I'm going to play this slightly different this time. Oh, boy. Well, there you go. That's a good reason for playing it. Don't have to do that stupid continuation bet business. Don't know what this guy thinks I have right now. Oh boy, I know he's got something, and he doesn't want me drawing any more cards, and I guess I'll just let him have his way. So we've kind of had hard luck with king aces here. One time we had to give it up, and the second time we just never connected and got pushed around a little bit and didn't lose near as much money the second time. Six queen suited on the button. It's barely worth a call, but it is a queen, and we have the six. So if we get the queen, we are then in business. And I will probably call a very modest raise here if anybody's silly enough to make one. Yeah, there we are. Let me in. Now, kid, I want you to go ahead and call that too, because I'm just dying to call this. No help there. Let's see if anybody had something, or is everybody on a draw? So the flush is gone. Don't see a whole lot of promise for a straight, although this is an unraised pot. Okay, he's probably been waiting for that darned ace. If he wasn't, he's waiting for me. I bet he's going to call me if I raise it, so I'm just going to check it down, and oh my goodness. Oh, that was so bad. That was so bad. That was so bad. Gosh darn it. Yeah, okay, you see, that's weak. That's weak type. It's cheap. Didn't lose much money on it, but, I had two $20 calls. That was silly. So after a really good call there and got ourselves a pot, we've been leaking money here. That king ace I had to give up, that was fairly expensive, and I think that kind of queered my game there a little bit. But we'll try to get back in shape here, and I'll raise it if he kid here falls out. I'll raise it, otherwise I'll limp it right along with him. I'm going to just do my usual thing here and see how we go. This fella's seen me play a little bit, and he knows that I get out of hand once in a while. I guess he believed me that time. Just all I can do is this. Yeah, I don't know. I think the kid was thinking about playing with me, but okay, it worked out all right. You got to charge him to draw to them aces, because way too many times you get two or three guys calling and one of them hits. So we need to spring it up high enough that doesn't happen. I'm not going to call that. So okay, so had a couple of three hands here with a little action, and actually we have a playable hand here. Jack 7, but not playable for that. So we'll fold it and wait for something better. Okay, we have 5-5. Don't know how to play this. I think I'll play it with my usual raise and just, if I get a call, hope I hit. This is bad. This guy, okay, he has no money. Okay, so we took it down. And no complaints here for that. Okay, I'm going to put the kiss of death on me. This is my last orbit. I'm going to do my blinds and the button and then probably call it a night. Wife's out of town, not out of town, but she's off playing cards with the girls, and she didn't leave me any supper, and my stomach thinks my throat's been cut. So I got to go do something about that. I got a pretty decent hand here in the big blind. I'm going to go ahead and call this because that can turn into something pretty good. There, it sure did turn into something pretty good. Go ahead and let him continuation bet if he wants to. That's pretty weakish hand. Go ahead and call it. And I'm going to go ahead and bet this now as and see if that was pretty weak. Yeah, he didn't want any part of it. And okay, that worked out all right. Usually when I announce I'm quitting, that's all kinds of bad things immediately start happening. That was a good thing. 7 queen in the small blind is nothing to get too excited about, therefore I am not excited. And I'll probably play my button and maybe one hand beyond that. I'll probably see the flop. See what I'm dealt after the button, and that'll be it. Unless it's king, king, or ace, ace, or something, or I'll probably don't want to get too excited. But anyhow, see what comes here. This fella just doubled up, so sure wouldn't mind relieving him of all his money before I left. I'm not gonna do it with that hand though. All right, so we'll see one more set of cards, and then we'll call it a night. I'm still stewing over the fact that I misplayed that hand where I had the 6. He had a 7. If I'd have bet that ace, I'd have taken that pot, and I played that weak like an idiot. Well, okay. If he had ace king, then I wouldn't have taken the pot, but still think I played it badly. All right, let's see what happens here. It'll be something just good enough to get me in trouble. That's usually what happens. And this guy misses his blind, so... okay, well, you know what? I'm going to avoid temptation. Am I going to avoid temptation? Oh, he's making it. Nah, I'm out of here. Okay, so anyhow, I'm going to leave the table and call it a decent night. I'll post this, try not to lose it and post it. So y'all have a good evening.